Welcome everyone. Welcome to a video that is not just about English. It's about your life, your confidence, your voice, and the reason you've been struggling to speak English fluently even after trying everything. If you feel like your English is stuck, if you hesitate when you speak, if your mind goes blank when someone talks to you in English, then this video is exactly what you've been waiting for. Because today, I'm going to show you something that no English book, no class, and no tutor has ever told you. The problem is not your grammar. The problem is not your vocabulary. The real problem is your mind. That's right. You don't need more English rules. You need to reprogram the way your brain sees English. Your brain is running on an old operating system. It still thinks English is a foreign language, something difficult, something scary, something you can understand but never own. But what if I told you that you could rewire your brain, your tongue, your habits, and your thoughts so that English becomes a natural part of you, as natural as walking, eating, or breathing? In this video, you're not just going to learn English tips. You're going to change your internal software. This is not motivational talk or quick trick. This is a complete brain reset for anyone who wants to speak English fluently, confidently, and without fear. Before we begin, I need you to do two things. One, subscribe to our channel right now, because here, we don't just teach English, we teach you how to transform your life through it. Two, listen to the end, because the truth you need is not in the first 2 minutes. It's hidden deep in this message. And I promise, if you stay till the end, you will never look at English the same way again. This might just be the most important moment in your English journey. Let's begin. Why you're not fluent. The hidden reason no one talks about. Let's be honest. You probably already tried everything. Watching English videos, learning grammar rules, memorizing vocabulary, practicing with friends, joining speaking classes, repeating phrases like a robot. But still, you can't speak fluently. You know some words. You understand others when people speak. But when it's your turn, you freeze. You forget. You hesitate. You feel small. The reason you're not fluent is not because you're lazy, not because you're stupid. It's because your brain is still protecting you from English. Your brain's job is to keep you safe, to protect you from pain, shame, embarrassment, fear, and failure. When you speak your native language, your brain says, this is safe. I know this. I won't be judged. But when you try to speak English, your brain says, wait, what if you make a mistake? What if someone laughs? What if you sound stupid? Stop. That's why your heart beats fast, your mouth dries up, and your mind goes blank. It's not because you're bad at English. It's because your brain has connected English with danger. It treats it like a threat, like fire or a snake. It thinks English might hurt your confidence. So every time you try to speak, it pulls you back. This is called subconscious programming. There are two parts of your brain. The conscious brain, the one that says, I want to speak English. The subconscious brain, the one that says, but what if I fail? Guess which one is more powerful? The subconscious brain. It controls 95% of your actions. It controls your voice, your habits, your reactions. So if your subconscious mind doesn't believe English is my language, you'll always feel fear and hesitation, no matter how much you study. But here's the good news. You can change this programming. You can train your brain to see English as safe, natural, fun, exciting, and most importantly, yours. When that happens, fluency is no longer a dream. It becomes a reaction, your default setting. Just like walking or smiling, you won't have to try to speak English anymore. How children program their brains naturally, and how you can too. Let me start with a question. Why are babies who know nothing able to speak English fluently by the time they are 4 or 5, while adults who study for years still struggle? It's not because babies are smarter or have better teachers. It's because they learn English the natural way. They learn with the brain, not with the book. They learn with feeling, not with fear. They learn to speak, not to study. And guess what? You can use the same process. Even as an adult, you can train your brain like a child's brain and become fluent faster than you ever imagined. Let's see how children build fluency and how you can do the same. Step 1. Children hear before they speak. They don't speak full sentences, but they hear everything around them. Voices, music, conversations, TV. Their brain absorbs patterns without trying to understand grammar. They just listen again and again until it becomes natural. How you can copy this. For the next 30 days, spend at least 30 minutes daily just listening to real English. Listen to English cartoons, short movie clips, natural conversations, or podcasts. Don't stress, don't translate, don't study, just listen. Your brain will start picking up rhythm, flow, and structure automatically. This is called passive fluency building. Step 2. Children speak without fear of being wrong. A child says, "I go to park." You correct them, "No, it's I went to park." They don't feel ashamed. They laugh and try again. They don't wait to be perfect. They speak first and correct later. Your rule: speak like a child. Use small, broken English. Mispronounce words. Forget grammar. Smile. Keep going. Fluency is not perfection. It's freedom. The freedom to express without fear. Repeat this every morning. I am allowed to speak wrong English because that's how I will speak right English. That's how children learn, and how you must learn too. Step 3. Children repeat everything. Repetition builds a brain. They say the same words again and again. Ball, ball, mama, look. They repeat until it becomes natural. Their brain is creating strong memory connections. Each repetition builds a stronger neural pathway. By repeating, they turn a word from new to natural. How you can copy this. Pick 5 new English sentences every day and repeat each one 20 times out loud. For example, I'm getting ready for work. Say it 20 times, slowly, loudly, emotionally. Feel the rhythm, feel the flow, feel your tongue move. This is called verbal imprinting. When your mouth and brain start remembering the sentence as one block, that's when you begin to sound natural. That's how children become fluent. And that's how you will too. Step 4. Children don't memorize rules. They absorb patterns. No child ever says, "Let me learn the present perfect tense today." They just hear sentences like, "I have eaten," "She has gone," or "We have finished." Slowly, their brain absorbs the pattern. They don't study grammar. They feel grammar. They don't memorize structure. They sense structure. They know what sounds right, not because they read it, but because they've heard it 1,000 times. How you can copy this. Stop trying to remember grammar rules. Instead, expose your brain to grammar in real speech. Watch a movie scene where someone says, "I've been waiting for you." Now repeat that sentence 20 times. Say it in different voices. Use it in your own life. I've been waiting for my coffee. I've been waiting for a call. I've been waiting for this moment. This builds pattern fluency, not rule fluency. And that's what makes a person truly fluent. Step 5. Children use their whole body when they speak. Children don't sit still and speak quietly. They use their face, their hands, their eyes, and their energy. They learn language through movement and sound, not just words. They point, show, act, and exaggerate. Why? Because the more senses you use, the faster your brain learns. How you can copy this. Speak English with your full body. When you say, "I'm angry," show the expression. When you say, "I'm sleepy," act it out. When you say, "I'm excited," move with energy. Your brain will remember it 10 times faster. This is called embodied language learning. It turns English from a subject into a real-life experience. Step 6. Children learn in real situations, not in exams. No baby ever took a grammar test. No toddler ever wrote a paragraph for marks. They learn by living inside the language, through emotion, curiosity, and need. They ask for food. They talk to toys. They shout, cry, laugh, all in real emotional moments. How you can copy this. Turn your daily life into an English world. Cooking? Say, "I'm chopping onions." Walking? Say, "I see a red car." Brushing your teeth? Say, "I'm brushing my teeth." Use English in the smallest, simplest moments. This is called contextual learning, and it's the fastest way to train your brain like a child's. Step 7. Children don't learn alone. Children are constantly surrounded by people who speak the language. They're never learning in isolation. Even when they're silent, they're listening. When they do speak, They get reactions, and their brain keeps shaping itself through that feedback. You may not have native speakers around, but you can still create interaction. Talk to AI in English. Leave comments in English online. Record yourself speaking and listen to it. Respond to your own videos. Join English-speaking groups. Teach your pet or your mirror in English. Interaction creates real fluency. It makes your English brain active, not passive. Children learn because they're curious, fearless, repetitive, playful, interactive, emotional, and natural. They don't try to become fluent. They become fluent by living inside a language. So here's the truth. You don't need to become a child again. You just need to learn like one. No fear, no grammar stress, no perfection obsession. Just listen a lot. Speak with confidence. Repeat like crazy. Feel the rhythm. Use your body. Make it fun. Live in English, not outside of it. If you follow this mindset, your brain will forget that English is a second language. It will start to feel like you're first. That's what fluency really is. Repetition is not boring. It's how your brain builds strength. This method will help you rewire your English-speaking brain without memorizing anything. Here's how it works. Pick one simple English sentence every day and repeat it 5 times with full energy, clarity, and emotion. Don't say it fast or mechanically. Say it like you truly mean it. Example, I believe I can speak English fluently. Say it slowly, 5 times with emotion and power. Then pause, smile, and let the sentence sit in your mind. You don't have to study this sentence. You just need to plant it deep inside your subconscious, like a seed. Do this every day for a month. You can choose a new sentence daily, or repeat the same one if it feels meaningful. This is called deep looping, a technique used in music memory, sports training, therapy, and brain rewiring. The idea is simple. Repetition plus emotion equals memory transfer. When you repeat a sentence with belief and energy, your brain accepts it as familiar. It remembers its rhythm, locks in the pattern, and recalls it naturally without stress. The next time you speak English, those same words will flow automatically. It's like building muscle memory for speaking. Choose sentences that empower you. I can improve every day. English is becoming easier. I express my ideas clearly. Speaking is learning. Repeat the sentence slowly and clearly, adding a small gesture or head movement to engage your body. Close your eyes and imagine using the sentence in a real conversation. This entire exercise takes less than 3 minutes, but its impact lasts a lifetime. Now, let's move to another powerful technique. Speaking in slow motion. Slow equals control, confidence, and clarity. Fast English doesn't mean fluent English. In fact, the world's best communicators, presidents, leaders, teachers, actors, all speak slowly and clearly. Their power lies in their calmness, not in speed. Most learners think, if I speak fast, I'll sound fluent. If I speak slowly, I'll sound weak. But the truth is the opposite. Speaking slowly shows confidence and self-control. It makes people listen. For the next few days, try speaking English like you're slowing down time. Take a deep breath before every sentence. Let silence exist between your words. Feel your voice instead of rushing through it. For example, instead of saying, "Hi, my name is Jack. I'm from the UK and I want to improve my English today." In one breath, say, "Hi, my name is Jack. I'm from the UK and I want to improve my English today." Let your words breathe. Let your thoughts land. At first, it might feel uncomfortable, but that's the moment your brain begins to change. Speaking slowly shuts down the panic response and activates a calm, clear part of your mind. It trains your mouth, tongue, and lips to move naturally and correctly. When you slow down, you stop chasing the sentence. You start leading it. You stop hiding fear. You start showing confidence. Practice for 5 minutes a day. Take any simple sentence like, "I'm going to the kitchen to make some tea." Stand in front of a mirror. Breathe deeply. Say it slowly. "I am going to the kitchen to make some tea." Repeat it 3 to 5 times. Smile. Record yourself. You'll sound calmer, clearer, and more confident. People will say, "Wow, I can understand you perfectly. You sound so confident." Slow speech isn't weakness. It's power in every word. Now, let's add another advanced fluency secret: emotional anchoring. Words without feelings are empty. When you hear the word sunset, you feel peace, warmth, and beauty. But when you hear the word determined, you may feel nothing. That's because most learners memorize words without connecting them to emotion. The brain doesn't remember translations. It remembers feelings. That's how you learned your first language. You didn't study, you felt. Attach real emotions or memories to every new word you learn. Every English word must have a feeling in your body. Example, word, excited. Don't just say, excited means happy. Instead, remember a moment when you were truly excited. Maybe before a birthday or meeting someone special. Feel that emotion. Smile. Then say, I'm excited, with energy and joy. Word, disappointed. Think of a time something didn't go as planned. Maybe you missed an opportunity or someone let you down. Feel that sadness. Then say, I was really disappointed that day, softly and truthfully. Your brain will instantly store that word because emotion makes memory strong. Here's why it works. The emotional center of the brain, the amygdala, stores memories much deeper than the part used for facts or logic. Emotional words become sticky. They stay longer, sound natural, and carry impact when you speak. Choose 5 emotional words daily, like proud, angry, grateful, confused, and excited. For each one, recall a real moment. Feel it for a few seconds, then say the word aloud 3 to 5 times with expression. Use your hands, face, and voice. Don't just say it, perform it. Finally, write a short sentence from your real life using that word. This technique makes your English alive, expressive, and unforgettable because emotion turns language into connection. Memory plus feeling equals forever fluency. This powerful method helps your brain hold on to new words, makes speaking more natural, and turns learning into something real, personal, and unforgettable. It also trains you to think and express ideas naturally, not like a robot. Trick 5. Create English zones in your life. Build a language bubble around yourself. Let's ask a simple but important question. Where does your brain think in English? Where does it practice? Where does it feel safe speaking? If your answer is only in class, only during study time, or only when I'm alone, then it means you placed English inside a small mental box. But here's the truth. Your subconscious brain learns by association, not by time. Think about it. You feel hungry when you enter a kitchen. Not because it's time to eat, but because the kitchen triggers hunger. You feel sleepy when you lie in bed. Not because it's night, but because your brain associates the bed with rest. You feel energized in the gym. Not because you read about exercise, but because your brain remembers that the gym means movement. Your brain links places with actions. So now, we'll use this science to connect specific places with English. Create English zones, physical or digital spaces where only English is allowed. These become your English bubbles. They send a clear message to your brain. When I'm here, I speak English. I think in English. I live in English. Here's how to start. One corner of your room. Put a sticky note that says, only English here. Sit there to do mirror talk, record videos, or write in your journal. That corner becomes your fluency gym. Your phone settings. Change your device language to English. Use voice typing in English. Search on YouTube, Google, and Spotify in English only. A time block every day. Choose 1 hour, for example, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., and live that hour entirely in English. No switching to your native language. Your headphones. Every time you wear them, make it English time. Listen to music, podcasts, or shows in English. Your subconscious learns through environmental encoding, the process of linking places to habits. Smokers crave a cigarette when they return to an old smoking spot. Readers feel calm in their favorite reading chair. Children feel playful when they enter a playground. The environment itself activates behavior. So when you give English its own space in your life, you're teaching your brain. It's safe to speak now. Let's practice. This reduces fear, increases comfort, and makes fluency feel natural. How to build your English zones today. Choose one spot in your house and label it English only. Choose 1 hour each day and call it fluency time. Change your phone settings to English. Make a small sign, "This is my English world." Put it on your desk, mirror, or journal. Invite your brain into the zone, like it's entering another country, the English-speaking version of your life. Do this for just 7 days, and your environment will start training your fluency automatically. No more hesitation or waiting. Just you, English in a safe, powerful space to grow. Trick 6. Link English to your identity. Become the kind of person who speaks. Here's a truth that might be hard to hear. You're not fluent yet because you still see yourself as a learner, not as a speaker. Every time you say, "I'm still learning," or "My English isn't good," you send your brain a message, "I'm not ready yet." That mindset keeps English outside your daily life. You treat it like a subject, not like part of who you are. And that's why even if you study for hours, you still hesitate in real conversations. Fluency isn't about how much you know. It's about who you believe you are. Make English part of your identity, not just your schedule. Instead of saying, "I'm trying to learn English," say, "I'm an English speaker in progress. I'm the kind of person who speaks English every day. I'm not perfect, but I'm growing." This isn't lying to yourself. It's shifting your self-image. Identity shapes behavior, and behavior builds fluency. Look at two people. Person A says, "I have to practice English today." They study for 20 minutes, then stop. Person B says, "English is part of who I am." They speak to themselves while cooking, think in English, and use it naturally throughout the day. Same goal, different identity, different results. Children become fluent quickly because they absorb language as part of their world, not as a subject. You can do the same. Repeat this affirmation 3 times a day. I speak English because it's part of who I am now. I use English to think, feel, grow, and connect. Replace the label learner with speaker. Stop saying, "I'm learning English." Start saying, "I'm improving my English." Ask yourself every day, if I were already fluent, how would I speak today? Then act like that person. Dress for English. Sit for English. Smile in English. Live like the person who speaks it, not the one waiting to. Why this works. Your identity shapes your choices. Your choices build habits, and your habits create fluency. When English becomes part of you, you stop hesitating. You start living in English. Trick 7. Train English reactions. Don't memorize, respond. Here's one of the biggest secrets to real fluency. Fluent speakers don't memorize perfect sentences. They train reactions that are ready to use instantly. When someone says, "Thank you," a native speaker automatically replies, "You're welcome," or "No problem," without thinking. That's because their brain has built reaction pathways, instant responses. You can do the same. Build a library of short, emotional, natural phrases that your brain can fire automatically. These are your reaction sentences. Quick responses that make you sound real, confident, and alive. Examples. Compliment reactions. "Thanks, that means a lot." "I'm glad you liked it." "Oh, really? I appreciate that." Small talk starters. "How's your day going?" "Long time no see." "What's new with you?" "When you're busy." "Can we talk later?" "I'm in the middle of something." "I'll call you back in a few minutes." Expressing opinions. "That's just how I feel." "Interesting. I never thought of it that way." Totally agree. Why this works. Your brain loves short, repeatable patterns that it can reuse instantly. Just like athletes train their reflexes, you'll train your speaking reflexes. Over time, these reactions become automatic. Even if your grammar isn't perfect, your quick and natural responses will make you sound confident and fluent. How to practice. Create a list of 20 common reaction phrases. Practice 5 of them daily in front of a mirror. Role play real conversations. For example, imagine someone says, "You speak English well." You reply, "Thanks. I'm still improving." Record yourself and listen. Focus on tone, clarity, and emotion. Do this for just 5 minutes a day. And in 2 weeks, you'll feel your mouth responding automatically, without stress or hesitation. If you want English to become your second nature, you must first make it your daily nature. Let's be honest. The biggest reason people don't become fluent is not because they're lazy or untalented. It's because they have no system. They wake up with no plan. They watch random English videos, open a grammar app, listen to a podcast, scroll through vocabulary reels, but nothing sticks. Why? Because their practice is scattered, passive, and unfocused. You don't need another trick. You need a complete day plan, a fluency lifestyle that works with your brain's natural learning rhythm. Morning, mind rewire and mouth warm up. Start your day like a fluent person. The first hour of your morning is when your brain is most alert, focused, and programmable. Use this window to train your English brain not to scroll or stress. Fluency affirmation mirror talk. 3 minutes. Go to the mirror and look at yourself with confidence. Say these affirmations slowly and clearly. English is my language now. I speak English freely and naturally. Fluency is not perfection. Fluency is freedom. Repeat each one 3 times with full eye contact and calm energy. Why this works. Your brain begins to form new neural pathways when it hears the same powerful sentences with emotion. You're not just speaking English, you're speaking into your identity. Mouth activation, muscle and memory training, 5 minutes. Train your mouth and tongue to wake up in English. Choose one sentence and say it 20 times slowly. Example, I am learning to speak clearly and confidently. Stretch your lips. Move your jaw. Emphasize every sound. Then say it 5 times fast to build speech speed. This trains your fluency muscles, just like a singer warms up before performing. Visualization of a fluent you, 3 minutes. Close your eyes. Imagine yourself walking into a room, speaking English with ease. People listen. You smile, express, and connect naturally. Why this works. Your subconscious starts accepting this version of you as real. The clearer you visualize it, the faster your brain moves toward it. English reaction practice, 2 minutes. Train your speaking reflexes. Ask yourself in front of a mirror or camera, what would I say if someone says, you speak well? How would I reply if someone asks, what do you do? Create 2 or 3 responses for each and say them out loud with energy. This builds reaction fluency, not memorization. This entire routine takes just 15 to 20 minutes, but activates your brain's English mode like flipping a switch. Midday, daily immersion and emotional input. During the day, feed your brain living English. No grammar drills, no dull repetition, just emotional, real input that sticks. Echo listening, 10 minutes. Choose a short video or podcast, 1 to 3 minutes. Listen to one sentence, pause, and repeat exactly like the speaker. Same emotion, tone, and speed. Example, video says, I don't know what the future holds, but I'm ready for it. You repeat, I don't know what the future holds, but I'm ready for it. Copy the energy and rhythm. Repeat this for 5 to 10 lines. Why this works. This activates your mirror neurons, the part of your brain responsible for imitation. It improves pronunciation, listening, and rhythm at the same time. Emotional word anchoring, 5 minutes. Pick 2 emotional words, like disappointed, excited, or grateful. Attach a real memory or story to each word. Speak about it out loud. I felt disappointed when I missed the interview last year. Say it 3 times with more emotion each time. This locks the word into your long-term memory emotionally, not just mentally. Situation practice, 5 minutes. Write down 3 daily scenarios where you might use English. Ordering food, asking for help, or giving your opinion. Now role play them out loud. Hi, can I get a black coffee and a cheese sandwich, please? If you stay home, you can still practice your reaction muscle. Set a reminder every 1 or 2 hours. When it rings, pause and describe your current moment in English. What am I doing? What do I see? How do I feel? These micro-English breaks teach your brain to think in English naturally. Evening, emotional review and reflection. Evening is when your brain organizes and stores memories. It's the perfect time for emotional recall and self-expression, both crucial for deep fluency. Fluency journaling, 10 minutes. Take a notebook or use your phone's recorder. Answer these questions in English. What happened today? How did I feel today? What did I learn in English today? What will I try again tomorrow? Write or speak freely. Don't worry about grammar. This is your safe space to express. Watch and repeat 5 minutes. Watch a short scene or dialogue in English. First, enjoy it. Then, watch again and focus on how they speak, tone, emotion, body language. Repeat 2 or 3 lines out loud with the same energy. This makes English alive in your brain. Mental playback before sleep 2 minutes. Before bed, close your eyes and recall one English sentence you learned today. Repeat it in your mind 3 to 5 times. Imagine using it in real life, calmly, confidently, proudly. Why this works. Your brain strengthens what you focus on right before sleep, a process called sleep reactivation. It's how emotional learning becomes permanent. This is not just a study routine, it's a lifestyle, a way to build English into your day, into your thoughts, into your identity. It doesn't matter if you're shy, alone, or have failed before, because now you have a system. You have the fluency blueprint your brain has always needed. You don't just learn English by effort. You live it into existence. Part 5. The 3 advanced psychology shifts that unlock natural speaking. Shift 1. From student to speaker. Change your mental position. When you think about English, do you still feel like a student? Most people do. They feel like they're always studying, always catching up, always not ready yet. But here's the problem. When your brain believes you're just a student, it will always wait for a teacher. It will always expect permission. It will always hold back. That's why so many people don't speak until someone asks them to. Feel nervous in real conversations. Apologize before they even start speaking. Sorry, my English isn't good. Not because they're weak, but because they're stuck in the student identity. You must stop saying, I'm learning English, and start saying, I'm a speaker of English. Yes, you're still improving. Yes, your grammar might not be perfect. But the moment you claim the identity of a speaker, your brain switches into activation mode. You start thinking ahead in conversations, speaking without waiting, owning your voice, and using what you already know, instead of worrying about what you don't. This isn't just a mindset trick, it's neuroscience. When you change your mental position, you change your behavior. Your brain moves from waiting and reacting to leading and speaking. That's when fluency becomes natural. Shift 2. From English as a skill to English as a sense. Most people treat English like a skill to learn, a tool to use, or a subject to study. But here's a mind-shifting truth. English is not a skill. English is a sense, just like hearing, touch, or smell. Think about how babies learn to walk. They don't study walking theory. They try, fall, repeat, and eventually develop a sense of balance. Or how singers learn. They don't start with music theory. They repeat, listen, and feel the rhythm. Fluency works the same way. It's not about memorizing grammar or vocabulary. It's about developing a sense of English. When you read or listen, you begin to feel what sounds right or wrong, just as you do in your native language. That's when the magic happens. You stop translating. You just respond. You stop remembering. You just react. You stop hesitating. You just flow. So, listen deeply, not just to the words, but to the rhythm, tone, and pauses. Try to feel how a speaker moves through a sentence. Read aloud with emotion and intention. Repeat real-life phrases 20 to 30 times until they become part of your body, like driving or riding a bike. Observe English in real context. How do people say sorry? How do they show excitement or complain politely? When you stop treating English as a school subject and start treating it as a living feeling inside you, fluency accelerates. Because now, English is not something you do. English is something you feel. Shift 3. From fear of mistakes to power through mistakes. Now, let's face the biggest fluency killer. The fear of speaking wrong. You felt it before. What if I say it wrong? What if they laugh? What if I forget the word? What if my accent sounds bad? Here's the truth. You will make mistakes. You'll forget words. You'll sound awkward. You'll mess up, and that's perfect. Mistakes are not the enemy of fluency. The fear of mistakes is. You don't need error-free English. You need fear-free English. Every child learning to speak fails daily. Every native speaker makes grammar mistakes without even noticing. Even fluent adults forget words and say, what's the word? What makes you powerful is not perfect sentences. It's the ability to speak anyway. Tell yourself, every mistake I make is proof that I'm speaking. Celebrate your errors. They show that you're practicing, growing, and getting one step closer to fluency. Make it your personal rule. I will make at least 3 mistakes a day on purpose. Say the wrong word, mispronounce something, but speak with energy and confidence. Speak like you deserve to be heard. Speak like you owe perfection to no one, because you don't. The moment you lose your fear of mistakes, you gain something far greater, freedom. And that's the moment your English becomes unstoppable. The transformation. Let's close this, not like a lesson, but like a transformation. If you've reached this point, you're not just interested in English, you're ready to change your life. You weren't born knowing your native language. You learned it by feeling it, repeating it, living it, and trusting your voice, even when you made thousands of mistakes. English is no different. Fluency isn't something you memorize. It's something you build through courage, consistency, and emotion. You don't need more tips. You need to believe this. This language belongs to me. Speak aloud even when no one is listening. Smile in English. Think in English. Dream in English. Because the moment you stop asking, "Am I good at English?" and start declaring, "English is my voice now," that's when you're truly free. That's when fluency becomes a reaction, not an effort. That's when you stop feeling like a student and start walking like a speaker. If no one has ever told you this before, let this be the first time. You are capable of becoming fluent in English. You don't need permission. You need consistency, courage, and belief. Speak messy. Speak wrong. Speak slowly. But never stop speaking. Because one day soon, you'll wake up and realize, I didn't just learn English. I became someone who speaks it. And when that day comes, you'll remember this message, this voice, this moment. And you'll know that's when everything changed. So, if this inspired you, if it gave you hope, confidence, or power, remember, this is not the end. This is the beginning. Subscribe to your own growth. Keep learning, keep believing, keep becoming. Because this journey isn't just about English. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. Now say it one last time with pride. English is mine, and I will speak it with confidence, power, and pride. This is your journey. This is your voice. This is your time. Keep speaking. Keep growing. Keep believing. Your fluency has already begun.